Burnout isn't a sign of weakness. It's a signal that something needs care, attention, change. As therapists, we hold so much space for others. We listen, reflect, guide, but sometimes we forget to do that for ourselves. Solution-focused therapy isn't just a model for clients. It's a mindset, a set of tools that can help us reconnect when we feel stretched thin, emotionally drained, or disconnected from the work. The first step is noticing what's still working. Even in burnout, there are glimmers of presence. Maybe it's a moment where you felt connected with a client, a question you asked that felt just right, a time you laughed, breathed, or paused and actually felt it. SFT teaches us to look for exceptions, and that includes in ourselves. What's one thing I did this week that felt aligned? When did I feel most like myself in my work? What helped me show up even when it was hard? These aren't superficial questions. They invite us to remember our own capacity, to see that even in overwhelm, there is still agency. Small, not perfect, not ideal, just one nudge in the direction of reconnection. SFT is about building on what's already there, so we ask, what supports have helped before? What values still matter to me in this work? What's one thing I could do this week that brings me back to those values? Sometimes it's taking a walk after a session, sometimes it's journaling one sentence that says, "Today, I showed up." Other times, it's reaching out to a peer, a supervisor, or a community of practitioners who remind you that you are not alone. Compliments matter here too. We don't just give them to clients, we give them to ourselves. You stayed curious when you felt tired. You were kind to yourself after a tough session. You made it through a hard day with integrity. Burnout doesn't mean you've lost your way. It means you've been walking too far without a pause. SFT invites the pause. It invites reflection without judgment. It invites reconnection through small, intentional steps. Ask yourself, what would make this work feel just a little more sustainable? What would remind me of why I started? What would my future rested self thank me for doing today? Because healing isn't just something we support in others. It's something we deserve to nurture in ourselves. SFT helps us do that by focusing not on fixing ourselves, but noticing what's already strong, already moving, already working beneath the surface. And from there, step by step, we reconnect with the work, with the purpose, with ourselves.